Well, I think it would give you a very relaxed sense to life, like a very relaxed theme to life, where you're sort of, oh, it's all right, we're going to be taken away before the rapture, there's nothing to worry about. Obviously, Jesus says, don't worry, so they'll be following that as well. But then, if they are wrong, and they end up going through the tribulation, they're not going to be maybe perhaps ready, and then, I don't know, I won't say what could happen, because I'm sure
it might affect you. You might be like not understand why you have suffering at all. You might just be like,
you might just question
well,
why you've been left behind.
What God said about life. God says that He's gonna, I think that probably goes with American culture as well. I think maybe that's why it's quite so big.
Yeah.
That whole thing of like life you should be prosperous. You should have loads of money. You should wear the best suit and drive the fanciest car, and that means that God's blessed you. And I think it's probably a similar sort of goes with that view.
Yeah, I think it does. Yeah, thank you, Frank. And Dave, Glenda. Okay, so
how important do you think it is to know what you are?
To know what you are, I think all you need to know what you are is saved. I believe that's all you need to know.
So it doesn't matter if I don't know if I'm a post-rapture tribulationist.
No, because if you believe you're going to be taken before the tribulation, then you're not going to worry a lot, are you? But I think if you are going to think, well, I should actually prepare for this tribulation, Jesus says, like, don't be misled by any false prophets or anything like that. Okay, I've got to watch out for those. Maybe look out for other signs as well, like the moon won't shine her light. It's like, what's that about? Maybe watch the moon fall out of the sky. Oh, he's coming.
Do you think it could make you a bit superstitious, like if you didn't hold it properly? Like,
I think have a loose grip on that theory is healthy, because as long as you keep yourself open, you're going to think, okay, if it does happen, great. If it doesn't, I'm going to be ready. I think that's the key. So to have a loose grip on it is healthy.
I started wondering a few years ago when the moon went red.
Sorry.
I started wondering when the moon went red.
Yeah.
Yes. I think
it was lots of dust in the air.
This year it was.
It's done it a few
really
times.
Big as well.
Yeah.
Really big. I remember seeing that. Driving up. Obviously, I wasn't driving. I don't drive. I think Ed was driving us to Cavendish, and we saw the moon right at the top of Cavendish Road. It was big and red. Wow. Jesus is coming back. Amen.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen, brother. It's not that important, but there's another theory that's mid-tribulation.
Mid-tribulation.
Oh.
Obviously, I forgot that.
I thought there was a...
So, if it was
is
mid-tribulation,
that all of them then? Just three?
There's probably more.
because if that was mid-tribulation, would that not give a hint to people how long the tribulation would be?
What's mid-tribulation?
Mid-tribulation, mid obviously meaning middle.
Yeah, but just...
Mid-tribulation rapture. So Jesus taking the church from the earth in the middle of the rapture season.
Not the rapture.
In the middle of the tribulation season. Sorry, I'm getting my words mixed up. It's a tongue twister. So thank you, John, for bringing that up. See, I believe, now you've brought that up, that thanks, John. You're driving tonight. So mid-tribulation rapture.
About 2/3 of the way through.
See, that would make sense.
No.
Because,
2/3 tribulation.
well, no, just
Time of course.
let's
9 plus.
let's say Jesus will take the church from the tribulation halfway through the tribulation.
Yeah.
Okay. Once that happens, people who are left, are they not going to think, well, there's only 3 more years of this, because we've had 3 years already. There's only another 3 years. 3.5 to make sense. Because I don't believe in the 7-year tribulation, just for that. So John, I mean, did you want anything else to say on that? Or?
No. That's fine. Carry on.
So yeah, I think also that would be, because obviously that would also, because Jesus has got to come back, and it's not so much to like sort of condemn the world, damn the world. It's also to combine heaven and earth, which we might read on about later on. So he's got to come back ultimately, because he's not just going to leave the earth behind and take the church away. It's going to be made new.
How does it change the way we live if we get our head around the idea that he could come back in our generation?
Yeah.
Because it's easy to think, well, it's 2,000 years since he left. It might be beyond my lifetime when he comes back, therefore why worry or do anything differently?
I think that will be answered in this next verse we might read, which is about, actually I'm not sure if it is, so I'll just say something. Basically Jesus tells the generation he's already in 2,000 years ago to be expecting his return. He also gives the story of the master who goes away and leaves his servants and says, "I'll just..."
And the maidens and the lambs.
Yeah, the lamb
as well.
Was it maidens or virgins? It was to do with marriage, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
marriage.
No, the
And
bridesmaids.
some of them had to go back
And
for
get
some
oil
more
for their
oil.
lamps.
Yeah,
Because they
and
ran
then
out and then
the
they weren't
bridegroom
allowed
closed the door and they couldn't go to the
Yeah.
He was shot out and
Don't want to miss out on that thing. So yeah, he also gave that instance of right, he's going to come like a thief in the night. Is another passage. I think we're about to read that, but
What we know.
no, yeah, it's a good point. Does anyone here not expect Jesus to come back in this lifetime? So the next 30 to 50 years.
I really don't
I think it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to expect. I think I find it's in your everyday life, it's really hard to be like on
It's hard
edge.
to imagine,
It feels
isn't
like
it?
you should be on edge.
Or should you? Because Jesus says he'll come at a time you don't expect it.
That's
So
probably
if suddenly
right.
if you're thinking about it constantly, and then you just think, well, I'll tell you what, I'll give it a break. Boom, he's there.
But that view has affected some people. I know one denomination began during the 1900 revival, and they didn't have a pension fund for their ministers because they thought
Yeah.
Jesus will come back before
Yeah.
the ministers retire. Then the ministers started retiring. Big panic. They had to start organising pensions for them. So that's what I mean. How much does that affect our life now? Do we not plan for the future because Jesus is coming back?
I think it's quite the opposite. I think Jesus says watch out, and I don't know if he uses the word prepare, but I feel like prepare is needed, and not to put words in Jesus' mouth.
Yeah, because
But,
the early church, they stopped working. Jesus coming back. Why work?
yeah,
They stopped getting married. Jesus coming back. Why bother?
it's terrible the
So they
things.
went to that extreme.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, because I think it's almost like, well, Jesus is going to come when you least expect it.
Yeah.
So just carry on as you do normally. Work. I don't know, make great food like I am tonight. Just do what you do normally, and obviously see the signs. Be prepared. Jesus is doing